Hi, I'm Clemens, and this is episode 28 of Life in Lists of 30. I love writing lists of 30, and today I wanted to share 30 steps projects can become products. I've worked on too many research projects within a company or in my spare time that are interesting but don't have a clear plan operationally to take it into a sellable product. Whenever I start projects that are meant to be profitable, I think a lot about the deliverables and steps needed to validate the market. I left out here any regular entrepreneurial overhead tasks, such as incorporation, growing a team, financial planning, etc., and kept this as a journey for internal project graduations into funded initiatives. Here we go. 1. Writing a running log or project scoping doc. You can use a number of tools for this, but you're essentially providing high-level goals, problem solution, logistics linking to important docs, team, project timeline, and set of meeting logs. A Google Doc here just works fine. 2. In blog post format, write a value proposition for your product. Describe the problem you're trying to solve to your audience of readers and hypothesize on a solution. Get feedback on this solution. 3. Write a charter document. Formally define your project's vision, benefits, ecosystem, architecture, and high-level roadmap. Some of these sections can include an abstract, benefits, what is it, why now, key concepts, architecture overview, demo, roadmap, and founding team. 4. Fill out your pipeline of customers, partners, and users. Customers buy your product, partners help sell your product, and users use your product. At a high level, it's important to create a list of top 10 of each and shape your ideal bases. 5. Create a use case rating framework. This is a way to prioritize your work in factors like desirability, viability, and feasibility. 6. Lean business model canvas. A standard MBA good practice is to explore and build out a business idea. While this doesn't need to be customer facing, it shows the founders that you have thought through the end-to-end value chain. 7. Stakeholder and client interviews. Good practice for validating a product market demand is through interviews. It informs the product shape and prioritizes offerings. Internal stakeholder interviews are especially helpful for clients to align on business case value and impact. I highly recommend using the userbitapp.com to collect this information and quantitatively analyze product features emphasis. 8. User journeys, flows, and epics. In terms of high-level requirements, you have this documentation of requirements and assumptions with clear user stories and functional flows for the ecosystem. This is not a step to be skipped if you're going to help express the vision to the tech team. 9. Executive deck. Used to introduce the ideas to grow the team, get sign-off, add partners, explore any prospective clients, and fundraise. Usually the slide version of the white paper. Slides can include problem, market need, solution, impact, current and target state, functional flows, wireframes, architecture, roadmap, and founding team. 10. Create a social media presence and blog. At least claim the right handles and direction for your idea. 11. Create a logo. Surprisingly a fun step. I think the naming is much more stressful. 12. Create your base website. Using the information above, your starting point describes the project and company value proposition. 13. Create a newsletter. Keep groups updated on your progress. Start growing your audience. 14. Additional resourcing and hiring. Clear accountability of known members of the team and allocations. Most people do this much earlier and get their founding team together to distribute the workload. 15. Detailed requirements. Formalizing requirements that may inform testing and confirm vision of the product for your dev team, if it's not just a one-person show. 16. Product roadmap. High-level view of the monthly improvement and feature expansion. Your product roadmap can be transparently shared or kept internal. 17. Features list prioritization. Backlog of features with clear MVP, must-have, should-have, and nice-to-have. These would be prioritized based on customer feedback. 18. market demand and demand validation, gather client feedback and direct product team feature prioritization. 19. Competitor analysis, review of different players in the market and their existing progress, comparison on how your product's approach is unique by region or customer base. 20. Tech decisions and platform comparison, tech stack and choice of buy versus build on specific modules, reuse of existing assets and understanding of clear IP advantages. Sometimes your tech decisions is based on your existing team expertise. 21. DevOps best practices. There's a range of options here, but hopefully you've learned from previous projects on how to build a base useful for production level deployments. 22. Testing cadence, merging to master and proper reviews needed to test updates, writing test cases, organizing with flags, and utilizing the right testing tools. 23. Technical documentation, addressing non-functional requirements, high-level ecosystem, functional architecture, reference architecture, deployment architecture, wireframes and mockups, tech stack, which is the core plus the libraries. These are often shared with cloud providers if you're running a service with high uptime SLAs. 24. Consider pricing for your product and research competitors for placing yourself as an attractive alternative to an existing market. Pricing is probably one of the hardest things. Don't worry if you get it wrong, you can readjust in the future. 25. Build a support package for maintaining your product long term. This usually involves scaling the team and training the right people. 26. Sign your first major client or set of base users. This is super exciting. 27. Consider joining hackathons and submitting your project into these venues. It's a great way to get exposure to new clients, but it can also be risky because you're exposing your product to the hackathon. 28. Create a marketing campaign to publish your work and get it noticed. You may start thinking about your role in public relations and connecting with other influencer networks. 29. Create a marketing video that summarizes your product value proposition. Sometimes marketing is more important than the product itself. And finally, 30. Enable others to build with your product. The key to product expansion is connectivity. Think about third-party connecting systems and existing networks of similar users. I personally love the feeling when projects gain momentum and start to grow. I don't know if I'm the type of person that would want to see a product mature or go into support mode, but it's definitely a different type of mindset. Hopefully this list helps with getting your projects off the ground and shows that momentum to gain more funding and attention from your teams. On the next episode, I'll talk about TEDx themes. Stay tuned for that next week. Music is by Kristen Dye. You can find her on Instagram at Iron and Silver. She has videos of incredible duets and also powerlifting. You can subscribe to the newsletter and see a very transparent set of Google Docs and spreadsheets of this podcasting journey at listsof30.com. Thank you for listening, and I hope everyone stays safe.